Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. Today we have Night Dog. Night Dog is back in his Lurva. He likes the low. He likes T29. I see a lot of T29 and low games out of Mad Dog. Likes those things. And does well on him. He's got this thing one marked, as I believe. So we got going on here. Yep, looks like it's one marked. So good on him for that. Takes a moving shot as he goes by. Holy cow, we're in a PIO now. Yes, one marked. So we are here on El Haluf, and he has spawned into the northeast, and he is headed over here to the heavy brawling area. And he's bottom tier, so he's in a tier 10 game, bottom tier, which you see quite a bit with tier 8s, not as bad as it used to be. You see a lot more same tier battles. We're going to talk about what you do in a bottom tier heavy tank, but before that, we're going to talk about what not to do in Night Dog. This is a dangerous line, man. It doesn't take much. The good news is that scout has terrible view range overall. Thank goodness there's not something else trolling around, or maybe somebody sitting here with good view range. Wow. I would come through this pass right here. You're a slow tank anyway, so you're really not going to get up there and beat anybody. I don't know, man. Maybe this one goes in. I didn't see if it hit the ground or not. So we'll go ahead. We get away with it. And unfortunately, we sort of entice our T-32 buddy to do the same thing. He doesn't get hit either. All right, so Mad Dog's going to come up here. We're going to talk about bottom tier heavy tank. A lot of people have a problem with being bottom tier, like, I'm useless, I don't know what to do, don't know what to go. Well, basically you go to the same place that the top tiers go to, but you be more careful. So let's watch him do this. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Shots coming in, artillery coming in. Now, the positioning, I'm not too jazzed about this one, Night Dog. I think I would have come up next to the standard B, as opposed to be wide, because there are 3 artillery in this game, and this spot is completely exposed to artillery, and we're going to pay the price for that. It might be able to be okay to come up here and get a shot and kind of see what's going on and then fade back over here, but we eat 2 big shots, one for 500, one for 200, and we're down 700 hit points. Your team is not invested too heavily up here. Unfortunately, the JPZ is slow. He is coming, and he's going to make the difference when he actually shows up. So we've got kind of this initial battle going on. The 60 TP makes an aggressive move, and this almost wins it for his team as he comes through here. I like that, coming up there and getting that shot. Thank goodness that guy missed. The problem with you coming up right there is twofold. Number one, you get threefold, I suppose. You get lit, you can get hit by arty, and you're tall enough that these guys over here can shoot you in the side of the turret. So the 60 TP immediately becomes a big problem for you guys. You're just kind of trying to keep him down. The 4502 looks like he's going to go try to sort this guy out, but he takes a terrible line. Instead of cutting low, whereas the low ground here, he actually comes across the high ground of the ridge and just eats all kinds of damage trying to get in there and get rid of the 60 TP. Then he backs out, and I'm just thinking, oh, geez. Another big 522 from the GW Tiger. And we've got Night Dog down to basically a one-shot for a bunch of these guys. Pretty easy to take him out of the battle. What's interesting is the artillery sort of stops paying attention to him. Nice job. I thought he was going to sneak one in there. I think you were right there to back out as opposed to try to stand in and get that corner shot. You weren't quite reloaded. Finally, the JPZ comes, and he's going to change this fight. So he's going to make it so that your team can take down the 60 TP, even though it does cost you quite a bit. I think you're still really exposed right there. I'm pretty sure I would have been over on the side. The other thing you got to watch for is guys in the middle shooting you in the back, but it doesn't look like the enemy team is doing that, and they've lost a number of their lighter tanks as well already. So here comes the JPZ. He's willing to take those hits in order to peel this 60 TP out of here. Good news is he's staring at him and not you, because he might have been able to kill you off right there. But you'll see that Night Dog is just continuing to stand in and try to help his team on the heavy corner. Even though he's a low-tier heavy tank, it's nice because it is a Lurva, and they are capable at tier 10. They've got enough pen even with their standard rounds. They've got plenty of pen with their gold APCR to put shots through people. It's a nice accurate gun. It's got usable armor. So it really has everything you want in a heavy tank. Even though it's 2 tiers down, doesn't hurt it too much. Obviously, it did not help him for the, 1,200 damage or so that he took from artillery. And really, Night Dog, that's all from the position you chose right there. I think, like I said, if you'd have come up there the first time and maybe got a shot and then ran away and just backed up and tucked up against the ridge line right there, that frustrates TD player, not TD, but artillery players. they'll see you cover up and they'll go do something else, so they won't be staring there necessarily looking at you. Now this is one of the things that bothers me a lot in this game. I'm just going to let you watch what happens from the wider view right here, not from Night Dogs, as he's attempting to get a shot in the E75. Watch what the standard B does. Nice job there, by the way. Just jams himself in there, and that just causes everybody problems. There's no reason for him to be there. He can come to your outside. He's faster anyway. He's really only looking for an opportunity to pop out and shoot, so there's no reason why he has to be inside you right there, and that's just super annoying. I cannot stand that. Down goes the 705. They both took a shot, I believe. I think you had an opportunity to pop out. There we go. We sneak another one for 340 into his front corner. Really nice, patient gameplay right there. And what has Mad Dog done? Sorry, I'm going to call you Mad Dog. Night Dog. How many times have I done that? I have no idea. I've done a lot of videos today. That's my cue to be done with making videos in a day. I start calling people by the name of other people or videos from before. So Billy Dog here gets a... While I am talking, he's kind of rocking back and forth. So very patient gameplay. He preserved his vote, but right here I thought that there was some decision making that could have been better, and I think what you're doing here was the way to go. But as happens so much in World of Tanks, when one guy decides they don't want to go that direction anymore, everybody does. Would have been nice if the Leopard PTA would have already been making a move. I don't know why the Leopard PTA isn't down there behind the 103 right now. But that does speak to the general passivity of players. I mean, he's got the mobility. All he had to do was come up and over right down that ramp, come around behind the 103, get the 103 turned, and then those near deads behind you would have been able to come around the corner. And then he goes, this is inexplicable to me. He goes down the ramp and then keeps trucking. I guess he thought the 103 sorted out. Maybe the standard B thought the same thing. There's a T30 behind the 103. But he's getting hit from behind. I don't get this. Why did nobody go up this ramp? Well, if not me, then who? And here comes Night Dog making the right move. Now let's talk about this for a minute. You're going to come in here and take a shot. And nice job. I just stayed there. And the reason I just stayed there is to watch to see if his turret starts turning. If his turret starts turning towards me, then I back out. And I don't take the hit. I see his turret turning. That maybe entices the T-32 to have an opportunity. And now we pinch this guy. He's got to make a decision, one or the other. But we back out. And now we're kind of unsure what's going on right here. We back out. The T-32 doesn't take the opportunity. I don't know if maybe he was watching the 103 and he saw what the turret was doing. He is looking at you. And why those guys didn't come around the corner, I don't know. Probably because the Foch B was looking. You'll notice that the T-32 died to the Foch B, so maybe that's what they were worried about right there. But nicely done. You got in behind him, covered up against the TDs as best you can, took a couple shots into that guy, got a little fire action on him, and that really broke open the rest of this flank over here for your team. And we've got two TDs out here, so absolutely watch some of this great accuracy on the Lurva. Look at this guy and go, bink, boop. There we go. Nicely done. 340 damage. We get lit. Who cares? I'd push right back in there. They're not looking at you. They're casemates. They're both going away from you, or at least to the left. From right to left, they're pointing at those other guys. One just died. Yeah, artillery might take a shot at you, but I bet they're probably a little bit more worried about the guys out in the open right there and not some guy behind a rock. I'd have just shot down the building. Whatever. Just facilitate damage. It's too bad that you don't get any kind of credit for that kind of thing in this game, where you shoot the building and then say that guy gets the shot, but he knocked it down. You both shot at the same time, so no credit given, but nicely done. He dies to those dudes anyway. And we're at 2,853 damage with 44 assists and blocked 1,570, and we're bottom tier in the tier 10 battle. And we maintained our vote. I think the positioning early on was a bit of a mistake. Self-critiquing as the artillery rained on you. You got a little more careful after that point, and then just look for opportunities to come up and get shots when people weren't looking and when they weren't ready or when they'd already fired. So I thought that was good. The only thing I would say is maybe a quicker move back around to this ramp, although you can be forgiven. I think anyone could be forgiven for thinking the bloody mediums would have done that long time ago. But you saw the opportunity, saw the need, got in there, and made it happen. That's just a good win and a good, solid Lurva game, man, at bottom tier. Thanks for sending that in. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you're looking for a way to support the channel, you can find that down in the description. That's all I've got. We will see ya.